going?
Well, thank you everybody for coming out today. And it was a rainy day. Thank you, Sharks, Rick and Rachel, for coming out and seeing what we have to offer. My name is Sal, and I'm a management major at Monmouth University.
I'm Ashley. I'm a finance major here at Monmouth University.
I'm Alex, and I'm an economics and finance major here.
My name's Greg, and I'm an accounting and real estate.
And we're here to show you Saga GPS. Now, quick question. Sharks, did you guys take a GPS to come to Monmouth University today? Yes, alright, beautiful.
So before we get started, I'm just going to go over the agenda with you guys. We're going to let you guys know why we need you to get our startup off the ground. We're going to tell you guys who we are and our fight against distracted driving, our mission, a public figure that we have, and our target market, as well as features and working capabilities of our product, and tapping into the GPS industry. So who are we? We're four friends that have come together to revolutionize the way you guys drive your cars. We built a Bluetooth projection system that projects a GPS system from your phone, so you say you use Waze, that's an app, correct? On your phone. Onto the windshield of your car, because we want you guys to keep your head up and your phones in your pocket.
I would also like to just point out that we have not hit the market yet. Alright, so invest in us. We're asking for a $300,000 investment in return for 30% equity stake in our company. With the bonus of that, we're giving a $5 royalty on every unit that we sell until you make your initial investment back. Then the royalty will stop and you will only hold 30% equity in our company. We need your money and your expertise for manufacturing and fulfilling our orders. Best Buy has already contacted us and wants our product, but we can't fill them without your help. So they currently have 1,915 stores. They want 10 per store. That's a $19,150 unit order. That's a lot. We own a patent for design and utility, so nobody can compete.
So our mission. We are here to enhance the driving experience. We want to keep you safe and get you to your destination without ever missing what's in front of you. Our products will keep you aware at all times and provide you with easy access to your smartphone features, all while you keep your eyes on the road. Never be afraid to drive somewhere again.
So our celebrity endorsement. So I know everyone here watches sports, and I'm sure you guys are well informed that in 2014, Cam Newton got in a pretty serious car accident, starting quarterback for the Panthers. He was involved in a head-on collision on the highway with another individual where his truck actually completely flipped over. Him telling us the story before he got involved with our product, he actually said that if he wasn't looking down at his phone, he may have been able to swerve out of the way and from getting involved in this accident. He did say, talking to the person that he did collide with, that they were also distracted on their phone. And this is the heart of the problem where our product really develops and really is going to start saving lives and changing the community when driving it.
Now, how does it work? It's simple as just a projector screen, but shrink down into a GoPro camera size. Now, it's a Velcro strip that you put on your rear view mirror, and you can adjust it to wherever you would like. And the way we project it is a plastic screen that goes right onto your dashboard. And like I said, you can have it right in front of you, onto the center, even on the passenger side, but I wouldn't recommend that. Right in front of you is beautiful, so you can keep your head up and always see what's going on.
Unless there's a passenger on the seat.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, exactly. And you want him to guide you. Tell me what you did. Also, the way it works, it has a 15-hour battery life, and we have a adaptable charger for your car. It also recognizes your voice, and you can change it to a female or a male voice. You have the option to have a British accent or an American accent. It has it has voice recognition, so you can call it Ashley. Send me directions to Monmouth University, because everything is connected to your phone, even your text messages, music, and anything else that your car or your phone really needs. So if you want to change a song on Spotify, you just say, Ashley, change my song please, and it will change it. Our advanced technology makes this happen, and like Ashley said, it is patent, so there isn't any competitor coming into the market. And it also, we skipped the slide, but it also has, like I said, you can ask it by name, you can have it Bluetooth connected, so you'll never look at your phone. And I know A lot of people like to change their music using Spotify. Everyone wants to tell them, oh, I'm almost on my way, Mom. But we don't want that to happen anymore.
And just for any of you guys that are unfamiliar with the concept of our product, this is an actual item that is used in a simpler version in cars today. If you drive any of the high-end cars, such as Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Maserati, all those cars, in the driver's seat there is a projection that shows your speedometer at the time, the temperature, all the normal stuff that you would normally be looking down at your dash. There is a projection on your actual windshield, which is where this concept comes from, and it's because these cars are meant to drive fast. But we're bringing this concept from, say, a race car driver or someone driving a fast car on a track or something, to a consumer everyday need that will help keep them safe and their eyes on the road.
Now we're actually going to show you a video that was a hidden camera from Greg and me, and we did not know we were going to be recorded, and we brought each other to a new spot. This is going to be a 15-second video, and I'd like you guys to just count how many times does he look down onto his phone. Did you guys see his face reaction right there? Do you remember what happened? What?
So when I was driving and looking down at my phone, there was actually someone backing out of their driveway as I was going past them. And they almost hit me.
And it was bad. It was just like Cam Newton's reaction when he was looking down and then a car came towards him. Greg actually had to go into the other lane, and thankfully there was no other car coming down.
Alright, so we have a second video for you guys.
And I'd like you guys to count out loud for this one now, if you could. 1,
After 100 feet,
2,
turn right, and then turn right at the end of the road.
4, 5, 6.
After 100 feet, turn right, and then turn right ahead. After 700 feet, turn right.
9. Right?
Turn right.
Has that ever happened to you guys?
Wait a second.
When you miss it? Now this is a built-in navigation, whereas Greg had his phone onto his air conditioning, and even then you still need to look down no matter what. And that always happens to me anytime I'm driving in a new area. And I recently just moved to Jersey, and I need to use navigation all the time.
And keep in mind, that was only a 44-second video, so imagine if you're actually going to a destination an hour or 2 hours away, how many times you're looking down.
That's basically the problem with GPSs now. They just say 700 feet, and you have no idea what 700 feet is. So you have to zoom in on your GPS and you have to say, is it the second turn or is it the third turn? But if it's on your screen, you can see it right there, and you can also be looking at everything else. So that's kind of the problem that it solves.
So our target market. So our target market is basically everyone, we kind of broke it down for you just so you get a deeper picture on who these people are. So Generation Y, millennials, I mean, everyone here has a phone. I know millennials are heavily involved in their phones way more than they say the older generation are, so they're easily some people that are going to be coming into stores to buy this product. College students, I go on trips all the time to visit my friends. I use my GPS to go far places and work, but it's just my job. So I know college students are part of that Generation Y millennial group. Car owners in general, because we are a GPS product, I don't think you're necessarily walking an hour to get to your destination you're driving. And grandparents, parents, and we kind of put this in here because your parents love you, your grandparents love you, they want to buy you a gift, right? So what better is than going in once they hear, oh, there's a new product out, a new technology out that they know their kids would be interested in, but also they love you enough to keep you safe and they think this product will do that.
And just a quick note, this statistic right here is that 85% of millennials use their smartphone or have a smartphone, and 90% of those 85% use their navigation on their phone.
Okay, so our marketing plan. Well, new technology usually goes viral on its own through social media and consumer reports and the news. They always have, what's the new thing. But we are going to do some marketing for our product. We're going to take full advantage of free marketing, social media, like every business does nowadays. We'll have a Facebook page, an Instagram, a Twitter, a Snapchat. anything to get our product out to the younger generation. And then we'll also have commercials, so obviously we're going to take full advantage of Cam Newton, and we'll put his face up there and have him tell his story and why it's so important to him, why he's backing our product, and demonstrating how it works. Our commercials will also reach out to our specific target markets, showing parents buying it for their kids, as I can't think of a better 17th birthday gift when you get your license, and teens driving safely, but also while keeping up with modern technology. I could just see a commercial where they're driving, and she says, "Sal, can you play Beyonce for me?" while she's doing her directions and everything like that. Oh, why do consumers need this? To never miss your exit again. To always see what's in front of you. It takes 5 seconds to drive the length of a football field blindfolded while going 55 miles per hour. 660,000 drivers are using their phones every second while driving. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has said driver distraction plays a role in 25 to 30% of all U.S. car accidents. Text messaging while driving makes a crash 23 times more likely. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has also determined that programming a GPS while you're driving is more dangerous than texting while driving. So if texting while driving is 23% times more likely to crash, then GPS is even more than that. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to make it 25 or 30 or any higher than that.
Okay, so our pricing. So we make this device for $89, and our selling price at Best Buy is $187.50. But as you can see, the 25% profit margin. We plan to sell it in retail for $249.99. Put this in comparison, a little perspective for you guys. If you break your iPhone, I don't know if you have like an upgraded safety warranty plan, you do get it for cheaper, but an iPhone itself is $600. The new iPhone's coming out $700 for the iPhone 7. So our price range in the technology market really isn't an issue when competing. With your help, you can manufacture overseas and you can bring the cost down. Here is just a little breakdown of what I just said, and we want a $5 royalty for you guys on 19,150 units. And your initial investment will be made back at $95,750.
So in our first order, you're making a third of your investment back. So that's just something we wanted to point out. So just a little industry analysis. A new issue reported by Markets and Markets focuses on the growth and location-based service market, basically GPS. It's just a fancy way to say it. It says it'll be worth $39.87 billion by 2019. I mean, that's a lot of money to be made, so if you jump on with us, you can have a piece of that pie. 9 out of 10 college students do not already have a GPS built in their car. Those same 9 students use their phone as a navigation system to drive.
Now,
Where do you get that second bullet point from? Is that
We've asked,
Oh,
we've gone out and
Yeah,
asked.
that's an honest survey that we conducted here, actually.
we're going to take right now this class. Can you guys rate, for the college students, can you guys raise your hand who has a built-in GPS? 2 out of 22 students. And that, in our sources, we did a survey multiple times and we got the same conclusion. Now, out of those, the people who didn't raise their hand, do you guys use your phone as a GPS? That's the example.
And when you're driving, like for you, if I was driving from wherever you come from, all the way to Monmouth University in the rain this morning, it was dark out, and you're using your phone, that's a huge safety hazard. And it was.
Plus I fucking heard.
And it was.
So what are your questions?
Can I just ask a question? I just want to make sure I'm grounded in the actual product. Is it the technology of the GPS? So for example, when we say we use Waze, are you creating a competitor to Waze that then projects, or are you projecting Waze onto your dashboard?
We're projecting Waze.
So you're taking something and just projecting it?
Right.
That way, even for the startup of our product, we're not using any of our money to create a new GPS system. Just like we talked about in the last presentation, all the IP stuff it takes, the algorithm stuff it takes to build an app, the same amount of that goes into creating a GPS for a new kind of device. So what we're doing is we're taking that technology that already exists in everyone's personalized device, and we're displaying it in an easier, more efficient way that we can use it.
And there's nothing like that on the market right now?
Does not
Yeah.
exist. We have a full utility patent and a full
Design.
design patent.
Have you guys seen by now the doorbell idea like this? The concept of it, like it ties to your phone? And then, this guy started like like an online razor business where you can buy your doorbell online, and then it just links to your phone. So if someone comes to your house and pushes the doorbell, and no one's home, they can break in.
Right.
And it has a little camera on it. It's like the car version, and this guy's blowing up the industry right now with his new device, and it's all app-based. So I kind of think of this as the car version of the doorbell, because you're selling like like whether it's a camera or a projector, you're kind of, the concept is you're translating a GPS system onto your dashboard. My question starts with, so you remember Garmin's? Maybe you guys were young enough for Garmin's. I'm dating myself. But everybody had to get a Garmin, so I think in the concept that you're presenting to me, it's sort of that, when GPS wasn't in cars really yet, and I was buying my mother and my mother-in-law and my kids Garmin's, and they were suction cups on the on the windshield, and then in like 2 years I couldn't give them away. They were like bookends, paperweights, because the car had the GPS. But I think you bring up a good point about how you still have to kind of look down. So how long do you think it's going to be before the hand-me-down cars or the next generation cars that everyone's driving on campus have a GPS in it, or a GPS system upgrades in a car so that it's on a windshield? Because I like the concept of, you're still looking down at a GPS system, and I have one in my car, and I still use my wheels.
Me too.
I'd like to see this one if you guys don't mind. I actually think we're ahead of the game. So I think it's going to be a long time before this kind of fades out, because like Alex had mentioned, some of the luxury cars are using like a projection kind of thing in their cars, but first of all, that's a huge upgrade. That's something you're not seeing in your basic Toyota, in your Hondas, in your, things like that, and they're not even using it for GPSs. So we're way ahead of the curve in the sense of modern, people who are buying new cars, but they're not buying luxury cars, don't even have projections like Mercedes do right now, and we're ahead of Mercedes in that kind of sense.
So in addition to looking at it like an accessory that you could put into a car, if there is enough IP around it, or like this doorbell idea, like who would think that that's an IPable idea? But if you can write your patent, in a strong enough way, you can sell it to car companies.
Right.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You can partner with car companies to sort of integrate it into a package.
So
Much
have
less
you-
expensive.
So have you looked at licensing?
We have not, and only the reason is, we're just starting out. We're just hitting market, and I feel like there's so much money to be made for us. But if we were to have the right offer, and Honda came to us and said, we need this in our car, we want to be above everyone else, and they made us the right offer, we're not going to turn it down. But
Is Best Buy, is that already a done deal?
yes, as soon as we get your money from manufacturing.
Well, can we break the deal with Best Buy? If we decide to partner with you and go another way, can we break that deal, or are you committed?
We would have to talk with you guys specifically with details of that. There are ways that we can get out of the contract with Best Buy, because we're in a time frame to when it becomes like in longevity officially. But because right now they're just waiting on us, so we can't actually sign the papers because we haven't started the production. We haven't proved that we're going to engage.
Did they ask for an exclusive? So would this be an exclusive deal with Best Buy?
As of now, yes.
So you wouldn't sell to any other retailer?
Oh, no, we would. They're just the only one who have reached out to us.
Yes.
So what do you think about if we were to partner together?
Well, I want to ask, I have a couple more questions. I want to talk about the retail price. I want to talk about the retail price, because, I didn't write it down, $249?
Retail.
$249. So, I think that's kind of high. I would want it to be $199. I would want it to go over that $200, because there's a psychological thing that happens with people at certain price points. So did you already do the research if you manufactured overseas? Although I don't know with Donald Trump if we'd be allowed. What you would be able to get the cost down to?
That is a possibility, because right now this press point is manufactured in the United States.
It's way too high for us to bring the cost down, to
But that,
manufacture here.
but that is why we brought up that point
But
previously.
did you already research and what would you be able to get the cost down to?
Probably like 65 per unit.
For me to done.
Yeah.
And then also, like the prior team, for different reasons, there's absolutely an insurance angle here. Like if you're a new driver and you were able to, tell an insurer that, my new driver has this program on it. There's something in the research, and that's why I was kind of asking, like, where'd you get the 9 for 10? There's something in there that, whether it's through iScan research, there's got to be research out there, because you've quoted so much of it already, that says even for a GPS system, looking down versus looking straight ahead reduces the likelihood of an accident. So there's a reason why an insurance company would compromise rates if you had this kind of an idea in there, which goes right to a discount on your cost, your retail costs. Maybe there's a refund idea where you might buy it for $299 or $249, but you can get $100 off your annual insurance or something.
Because I definitely think, this is the highest risk insured group of the 17 to 25. Yeah. So I guess the question is, what would you do with the 300? What is your immediate need? Is 300,000 only for the inventory? So the cost of production. So then, how are you going to market? So you're just going to put it on a shelf and hope for the best?
The product will go on the shelf, and we're not necessarily going to hope for the best, because we did foreshadow had success in sales throughout the time. But we tend to use a lot of free marketing, such as Facebook, Instagram, all those kind of things, which the group that we just said we're talking about to insure are on most of the time.
I just want to say, as an entrepreneur, trying to use the lowest cost marketing, there is no more free social media marketing, just so you guys know. It doesn't exist anymore. I wish it did. It's 5, 7
Facebook
years
is
ago.
too smart.
Yeah, so you know, in order to build, because when you start, you're gonna have 10 people, on your social media channels, and so you have to. It's sad now, but you do have to pay to boost. So there is a cost involved.
Yeah, which our now friend Cam Newton also comes into play, because
Yeah.
he's such a big public figure. After a press conference in the game, he's going to go in the game and he's going to request that the back billboard that is standing in front of him may have our logo on it.
So are you giving him a piece of equity, or are you paying him?
Well, Cam Newton is a partner with us as well, but he's not as much equity as we do.
How much does he have? How much?
I cannot discuss that from what was
But so there is no money going to Cam?
No,
He's getting just equity in the
Yeah,
company?
we're not paying him as a fee.
So I would do this if 2 things. One, I would set up first of all, I want to make sure that the IP is strong, that you're kind of owning this in your space.
We have a very good lawyer.
Oh, good. And I would do it if we could set up an exclusivity with a phone, a physical phone company, whether it's a Samsung or an iPhone, as well as a car company.
Yeah, so I'll partner with you on that, but I want to go back to Best Buy, because if you take them out of the mix, let's forget that, let's break that negotiation. You're making $100 profit, we would all be, and that $65 you would be paying Best Buy could also go into our pocket. So let's get them out of the picture and let's go for bigger plays with car companies, insurance companies.
Yeah, direct to consumer.
Direct to consumer. I think Best Buy is a mistake.
I have a question for you guys. Don't you think you're losing a little bit of market-wise of used cars? Because 17-year-olds, not many of them are getting brand new cars. That's all used cars.
That's why I would do the phone. I would partner with a company and say you could it's exclusively on a phone, which gives them an opportunity to sell an app that the other phone company can't, and they'd have to share that out. So let them do all your advertising for you, and you could still do a little bit of support, but it probably takes a lot of the retailer margin out of their pockets. And they're gonna want it anyway, because if they're carrying that phone, it's already an app on that phone, and they're gonna communicate that as a point of difference.
I would do it for 51% because I think,
51%.
well, because I think you left a lot of money on the table, you know, in terms of partnering with insurance companies, and things like that, and partnering with car companies. So I think there's a lot of work that we would need to do as Sharks. The idea is clearly solid, and I think you guys have an incredible idea, because we experienced it this morning. He's looking down at his phone, he's like, do I go this way? And he literally like crossed over, and I do it all the time. So I think the idea is, if you're looking up in front of you, now I don't know how that works, like if you're distracted from it being on the windshield, but rather than looking down, I think it's brilliant. It's a brilliant idea, but I think there's a lot of work still to be done. And I think from our amount of time in order to get the business off the ground, I think there's a lot that has to be
So
done.
how much, so we're all three in, it sounds like we might have a fourth person joining us from the audience. One question, how much equity would it require, because I know I'm gonna want at least 10 to 15, you're gonna, we need 49, I mean, three of us are in, we'll do it with you, but we.
I think they have a totally wrong idea, I think you guys know what MAD is, Mothers Against Distracted Driving,
Yeah.
or drunk driving. I think
Yeah.
partnering up with organizations like them,
Yeah.
and then going into high schools where all the parents are coming into the high
Yeah.
school, every high school student, when they get their car for the parent-teacher conferences, junior year, senior
Driver
year,
education.
this is
Yeah.
where you can sell it
Right.
directly to them, and
Yeah.
all these parents, no parent is gonna say that this isn't a good idea, because you're saying that distracted driving is gonna happen no matter what. You're the first company that's gonna say, we're not trying to stop distracted driving, we're trying to make it less risky.
And I think there's other things that can be done to give parents some peace of mind. So for example, if your car goes over a certain speed limit, it like alarms.
That app's already there.
Because,
Oh, yeah.
because I know Waze tells you how fast you're going, so you can do it, so I can see, like, I know I'm going 50, it knows how fast I'm driving, that's how I guess it knows the time you're gonna get to a certain place, because it sees everyone. So I think there's other things that can be integrated into this particular program, so that it even provides multifunctional benefits for parents.
So you joining us too? Is that what you're
Absolutely not. If you guys ever heard of Rodan Fields? It's, instead of actually selling the stores, they hire other people to sell for them. So I think that's the kind of route that should be taken. So that other people
Yeah.
go to high school and sell this directly to parents and totally cut out middlemen.
That's
Go
really
to people.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyone else want to go in on it?
If Gerard's open to it, I'd like to try to partner with a phone company, but I want to drop the royalty. I don't think we need the royalty. I don't know if you're open to that.
They're the first in the market. I don't know. I like the idea of exclusivity.
But the royalty, I'd like the money to be reinvested into the company to have some type of advertisement money instead of that money, the cash flow coming out.
What venture are you looking for? Is this going to be a publicly traded company? Because if that's so, then retain earnings will be taxed.
I would not mind going public in the future.
Okay. And as Rachel mentioned before with Donald Trump, if we decide to send sales overseas, we're going to be hit with an even heavier tax for dollars that come back. Sure. So.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't looked into the exact numbers when the point that our manufacturing cost goes down, may be able to reimburse that cost, but I'll have to go back in the numbers and reevaluate that.
Okay, well, if you let me take over your cost analysis, then we can discuss it.
Well, qualified individual like yourself, I'll be fine with that.
So the question is, really, you're looking for a loan, not even a partner, because you're basically paying back the royalty on a certain number of units, right? So you're really just looking for a loan more than you are interested in finding a partner.
What was your deal to us? We were trying to find it.
I was trying to figure out my
It was
return.
$300,000 for 30% equity stake in our
Oh, it's
company.
for 30%.
Yes.
Plus the royalty?
Plus the royalty.
But I-
But the royalty
Money
ends, the
back.
royalty ends.
But I think you're gonna need a little bit more money to accomplish, because you need to produce, and then you're forgetting the whole marketing piece. And I think this is going to take education. You can't just put it in a store, people won't understand what it does, because you have to show people, that it projects and how, there's an education piece to this as well. So I definitely think you need at least $500,000 in order to be successful at minimum.
How much equity would that take for you?
I would look at 30% for 500. I'm sorry. The way back. I would look at, sorry, I went back.
So,
company would need, at least 50%.
Well, they're,
I'd undercut you on that, because
Yeah.
I think they have a good idea.
But I think there's a lot of, you don't think there's a lot of work that needs to
I
be
think
done?
there's a lot of work that's gonna be done, but if they were looking to make a deal with you at 51, I
what
would
about
lower it.
30%?
Look, I know you're not gonna do 60.
What about 40%, what if we do 40% for 400,000?
Is the royalty still in place since we're giving more equity?
I like his idea of reinvesting the royalty, as long as there's enough IP.
You coming in with us?
there.
I'll come in with you, as long as the royalty's not in there, because I believe in the product.
All right, so we have a 5-way deal. Anyone else joining in this? Chris is in?
Chris.
Kevin's out? You guys in? Hey, let's make it a class project. In the entrepreneur school, we'll go and set it up.
This is a crazy good idea, though. This is a really good idea, and it's not hard to make.
So is that your final offer? 400,000 for 40%?
The other thing I would say would be projecting it, so you were talking about projecting text or,
Music.
whatever. How does that all filter? I mean, the research would tell me
I do
that
wanna see
either
how it
texting
goes.
is a bad idea on your, like
If you could speak to the text, then the text
Yeah,
can speak
I-
back to you, so you don't have to look
So
or
there's
type.
some,
Because people are doing it.
like a car insurance company might say,
so this is kind of how it would look if we were to say, Sal, call Erica for me.
right.
So that's kind of how it would look. We would have,
I guess it would be contingent upon what an insurer or what like a national safety, body would say about projecting texts on, like if they think mapping is okay, but texting and music are bad ideas for whatever
I
reason.
think the text on the, would not be, but the voice, like having it read to you,
Yeah.
like there's a text that comes in and it says,
Again,
I'm gonna be home at 9,
our product is using pre-existing technology in your actual device, and all of your guys' smartphones have settings that you can say, read back to me, all that kind of stuff. So it will filter through our product.
Okay, so class is up. Are we in or out? For 400?
Well, they have to answer
40?
me yes for
40?
40%.
We've got at least probably about 10 people in the room that are coming in on us. You're gonna get smaller shares though, by the way. You're not getting the same.
But that's the offer